Alrighty guys, it is I, ChrissieGirl. Welcome to part 26 of my LEGO Harry Potter Years 5 to 7 playthrough. We've just apparated away from the ministry, out into some random bit of countryside. Ron is injured. So we're going to pitch a tent and figure out what we're going to do next. Well, obviously we need to destroy the Horcrux, so... and nothing's working. I think this is the point in the story where Ron's supposed to be like really angry at everybody and just be a sulky little douchebag. Obviously in the film and the book he walked out on the two, just left him to it. Because he just couldn't handle it anymore. But anyway, this is the countryside. It's another part of the hub world. It's not the most fascinating place to be, but it's interesting. It's certainly adding more to the world of Harry Potter in, well, the Lego Harry Potter world, whatever. I believe there's one particular one you could destroy, particular stone that is, you can destroy and it'll give you a character token. That's the one. Hermione in her ministry form. Each of these stones do drop a crap ton of studs if you are interested in that sort of thing. But anyway, the whole point is of that balloon thing was to get to the apparition pad and build it. But I'm not going to apparate just yet. If you stand on this spot over here, you can access the Marauders map. This is only available in Year 7 Part 1. Once you've beaten Malfoy Manor, you cannot do this. But basically, look at the Marauders map in Year 7 Part 1. And after this loading screen... we're back at Hogwarts. And you get an achievement for doing this. You take on the role of Ginny, Neville and Seamus. I don't know why it isn't Luna, but I'm presuming it's something to do with the, you know, later on in the plot where she gets kidnapped and stuff. But, yeah, you can roam around Hogwarts during Year 7 Part 1, just not with Harry, Ron and Hermione. You can explore it to see how it's changed. Basically, it's all dark and gloomy now, whereas it wasn't before. There's no real reason to return to Hogwarts in Year 7 Part 1. If you're looking to collect extra things, you can do that after you've, like, when you come back in Year 7 Part 2, or at the end of the game when you beat the story. If you wish to return at any point to Harry, Ron and Hermione in the countryside, in the tent, there's posters scattered around all over Hogwarts. Undesirable number 1 posters. Just go right up to it and you'll be able to go back to Harry, Ron and Hermione in the tent. This is pretty neat, I suppose, being able to go back to Hogwarts, and bar from the achievement or trophy if you're playing the PS3 version, bar from the achievement you get, there's really no reason to return though, so I'm just going to go back now to the tent. It's still pretty neat, I suppose. Also, over here, inside the tent... well, actually, not over here, obviously, because there's a student in peril back there. I'm going to need Ron to get that student down, but Ron's not playing ball at the moment. I've only got Harry and Hermione, you know, under my control. Ron's sulking in his bed. So, yeah. Lumos isn't going to cut it. You need the Deluminator to get that one. Okay. Studs. There's not really much to do in the tent. It's just sort of there. You may notice an apparition pad to the right of Harry. That takes you back to the streets of London, believe it or not. Just demonstrate. After the loading screen. Which, to be fair, isn't like as bad as Harry Potter's... No, not as bad as Sonic 06 is. What the hell am I saying? You just find yourself randomly back at London. The car is now moved from Hermione's bag, pink thing, so... You can summon an apparition pad to get back, so you can apparate between the tent and London as well. So that's kind of cool. You can go back to Hogwarts in Year 7 Part 1, and you can also access the streets of London at any time. This is kind of meant to be a piss take of the Harry and Hermione dance scene. Though I definitely don't remember Harry and Hermione break dancing. They should have done. That would have been interesting. But you get a crap ton of studs for doing it, so go ahead. Why not? If you're looking to actually buy a dark magic character, because you know, if you haven't actually bought the pack from Xbox Live, PSN, whatever, if you're looking to use studs to buy another dark magic character, you're going to need all the studs you can get. So I don't think any of them is cheap. I think a lot of them are rather expensive to get, if I remember rightly. So I think that's it for the tent. I think that's it for exploring the tent and what it can do. So let's go to the next level, shall we? I'm pretty sure many people will probably guess what that level is if you've read the book or seen the film. So step on the apparition pad and another loading screen. Just a pity Ron isn't playing ball right now. But alas, it goes along with the story, so who am I to complain? Just further proof that he's not playing ball. So yeah, this is Godric's Hollow. And we're about to visit the graveyard in which Harry's parents are. In the hunt for knowledge, I suppose. But anyway, there's not really much to do around here. There are a certain number of gravestones, each of which covered in, with snow all over their tops. You need to get all the snow off somehow, and the last one you find will have the symbol on it that we want to see. Okay. So this level's, like I say, this level's really straightforward to begin with. Just like going around. And looking in the graveyard for everything. Ay vey. There's also like some other graves with flowers in front of it. Well, stalks, I should say. You use your magic to create flowers, and if you do all of them, then you get something out of it. So every time you do this, you'll need to be Hermione to examine the gravestone. But as I say, it's always the last one you examine. That's the one you're looking for. I don't think you have to worry about the order you do this in. And why not give Hermione the Spectre specs this time? She's the one that thinks Luna's a loony, so... and doesn't believe anything Luna believes in, so... you know. And that's another one I've just examined. I didn't notice earlier. Spectre specs are so useful. Okay, true wizard rating already. See? The power of score times 4. Okay. Some of them can only be manipulated via dark magic. And in a lot of cases you are going to need to you know, use flames and all sorts of stuff, all sorts of trickery, if you will, to get rid of the snow on top of these things. Okay, that's another one. Okay. There's one up there, I know that. I didn't notice the Defindo wall next to it that I could have done. I don't notice anything, do I? Just another part of the useless life that is me. Alas. There's another one down here. And that's the last one of them. It gets you a crest piece, that's okay. Hermione's bag. Okay. Hairdryer. I have no idea what Hermione would be doing with a hairdryer. Out here in the wilderness while she's trying to fight Voldemort. There are certain things you bring along on your travels with you. A hairdryer I wouldn't have thought would have been one of them. After all, hair can dry naturally. Oh, you can't go that way. I'm going to make sure that I've got everything I need with the Spectre specs, I think. Because, you know, they don't last forever. They do wear off eventually. And I can't believe how oblivious I am to that wall. That's on that building right there. What a numbnut. Okay, I think I noticed it now. No, I haven't. Jesus Christ, how thick am I when... How thick was I when I was playing this? Oy vey. I don't know what was running through my mind when I was playing this. Okay, I think now I've noticed it, yes. Took me long enough. Don't worry, I'm always putting myself down. So, this will become... Okay. That's cool. Just want to put out those little flames. Even though I've got plenty of studs, and you know, can't hurt. Okay, so this should put out this one. Always that one little flame that's left behind. Poor little flame. Okay. Let's examine this one. I think this one's it. I'd be surprised if it wasn't, but I'm pretty sure this is it. Yep, it's it. A strange marking. And it's in Hermione's book. Oh, poor Harry. Holy crap. Scary old lady. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Bathilda Backshot. Well, supposedly. She was a famed historian. And yeah, I love how they're just making her so wonky as if to suggest that there's actually something completely wrong with her. There's something not right about her at all. She's far too useless. I mean, yeah, they say she was going gaga and stuff, but there's definitely not something not right about her at all if she can't even walk like a normal human being. Or a normal Lego figure in this case. So, anyway, we've got to get upstairs, so we need to make things a bit easier. Hermione's bag, to the rescue again. one of the few occasions where the game encourages you to use Agramenti, and you actually do need to use Agramenti. Okay, let's sort that out. Okay. Wow, that was a lot of stuff that it spewed out there. Oh my god. It's a pair of chomping teeth. We're gonna destroy Bathilda's books. Holy crud. It's Bathilda Bagshot's dentures, everyone. But alas, things are not always what they seem.
Huh?
Oh no! Ladies and gentlemen, it's Nagini. Changed quite a lot since year 4, hasn't she? In year 4, she appeared in a cutscene. She was very, very, very thin, and she was brown. She was nowhere near as huge as she is here. And she's also green as well, so yeah. We've got to fight Nagini now. Nagini's gonna be like chucking poison things at you, and you know, it's yeah. Sort of like poison spit or something at you, and it's gonna deal a lot of damage and stuff. It's also going to be knocking things over, in which case you pick them up and throw it at it. 3 times and it will become dizzy. And with the 4th item you throw at it, it will go right down his throat. You use Leviosa on it because it's gone down his throat, and it will knock Nagini back. Got that? Like I say, it's really, really easy to fight. It's got a lot of similarities to Bellatrix's fight, and you know, by default Umbridge's. Obviously, the only difference is you're fighting a giant snake and not a Oh, we're gonna chuck a cake at it. Oh, for goodness sake! Chuck the cake at it. It does come down to timing. You know, stuff that does drop isn't always necessarily going to be an item that you can throw at it. In which case Hermione's going to need to get her bag out here. You know, in spite of the fact, you know, similarities to Bellatrix's fight, it is different as well, because you're fighting a giant snake. It's not quite as memorable as the Basilisk fight, but it's memorable enough. Right, I think this is the last time. I imagine if Harry had just chucked things at Voldemort from the very beginning, he probably wouldn't have been alive. Because this seems to be how you beat most of the enemies in this game. You either duel them or you just chuck things at them. Okay, made it dizzy. Need to shove that lamp down its throat. Die, Nagini! Haha! That's how you sort Nagini out. Oh, crud. Oh, poor Harry's one's broke. And yeah, that was the 3rd level of Year 7 Part 1. Not too long. But, you know, at the same time, it's not a bad level. The Nagini boss fight's not bad. You know, it has enough differences to be truly worthwhile, I think. And yeah, hopefully Ron will stop being an arse in the next part. And come back and help us. But, with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next part.